Reading. Another chance to see the northern lights is coming. Did you have a chance to see the northern or southern lights last week? If not, don't worry. Another chance is coming. It was a big event here in New Zealand and the pictures were stunning. A lot of people have been asking why it happened, and here is an article that explains the science behind the aurora and its amazing colours. You will often find a reading article like this in the IELTS reading section. You'll find these articles, the reading comprehension questions, and the vocabulary very helpful. Read along and improve your grammar and vocabulary while learning something new at the same time. Reading. Another chance to see the northern lights is coming. Good news for those who enjoyed or missed last weekend's stunning Aurora borealis. More are likely on the way. The large sunspot cluster responsible for the recent display will face Earth again in about 2 weeks. Scientists predict this cluster will remain active and might produce more solar explosions that could affect Earth's magnetic field, resulting in more northern lights. Since last Saturday, the sun has been emitting increased radiation. A significant solar flare on Tuesday even disrupted global high-frequency radio communications. This activity is part of a larger trend as the sun nears solar maximum, a peak in its 11-year cycle when solar activity is strongest. This 25th solar cycle, observed since 1755, is turning out to be more intense than expected. Northern lights occur when the sun's solar storms interact with Earth's magnetic field. Last weekend's geomagnetic storm was a rare event, the biggest since 2003, caused by multiple coronal mass ejections, CMEs, hitting Earth in close succession. These powerful CMEs took about 18 hours to reach our planet, interacting with our protective magnetosphere. The storm, rated G5, the highest level, impacted global communications, power grids, and GPS. SpaceX's Starlink satellites and European Space Agency, ESA, satellites experienced significant disturbances. A flight from San Francisco to Paris was rerouted to avoid high radiation over the Arctic, and high-precision GPS systems used by farmers faced outages. Power grids were also stressed. In New Zealand, precautionary measures were taken to protect equipment, while the UK national grid reported no major impacts, though it had backup measures in place. Extreme space weather poses significant risks, potentially greater than earthquakes or wildfires. The government's National Risk Register rates extreme space weather as a considerable threat, capable of causing prolonged power outages and significant disruptions. A major solar storm like the Carrington event of 1859 could be catastrophic today, generating so much current that it could damage infrastructure and cause widespread power failures. However, advancements in forecasting and preparation help mitigate these risks. Agencies like NOAA monitor solar activity around the clock and provide early warnings to government and infrastructure providers. While we are relatively well prepared, ongoing improvements in space weather forecasting will enhance our ability to predict and respond to future solar storms. Now read and answer the following questions. What is expected to happen in about 2 weeks concerning the sunspot cluster? 2. What was the impact of the significant solar flare on Tuesday? 3. Why are scientists saying that the 25th solar cycle is turning out to be more intense than expected? 4. What are some of the impacts of the geomagnetic storm last weekend? 5. What measures are in place to mitigate the risks posed by extreme space weather? New vocabulary. Listen and repeat these new words. Aurora borealis. Cluster. Solar. To emit. In close succession. Rare. Power grids. Disturbance. Rerouted. High precision. Precautionary measure. To pose. Considerable. Disruptions. Catastrophic. Infrastructure. To mitigate.